We've been looking at the different paragraphs in this section of Mark that shows the difference between faith and fear. In today's paragraph, it's actually two wrapped up together. Starting in Mark chapter 5, verse 21, a leader of a synagogue named Jairus comes to Jesus and says, "My daughter is sick. Come with me to my house, heal her." Jesus said, "Let's go." But something happens on the way to Jairus' house. There was a woman who had what scripture just calls a bleeding, and she had had it for 12 years. We don't know exactly what she had. We do know that it wasn't fatal, but it was problematic for her. She had spent everything that she had for doctors to heal her, and nothing had happened. Personally, I think probably this was maybe a bleeding ulcer, something that's certainly problematic, certainly debilitating, but it's not fatal. She hears about Jesus, but she has a problem. She doesn't know anyone who knows Jesus. Now, in that day, for a woman to approach a man just cold would be unthinkable. She doesn't have any friends to present her to Jesus, and so she comes up with a plan on her own. She gets in the crowd, she comes up behind Jesus, and she touches what scripture says is the hem of his robe, probably his prayer shawl that all Jews at that time would wear, even as they were out walking in the street. And immediately she's healed. Jesus knows it. He turns around and he said, "Who touched me?" The disciples say, "No, no, no, that's not a good question. Look at the crowd. Who didn't touch you is the better question." Jesus said, "No, no, no. Somebody touched me." And he kept looking. Finally, the woman realized what had happened. Scripture says that she came forward and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, and told him the whole truth. The question is, why was she trembling with fear? Now, we don't know, we can't see into her mind, but I suspect just because of the situation that what happened in the woman's mind is she thought, "I have taken something from him. I've stolen my healing from him. He's going to give it back now." And so she comes forward, she tells him the whole truth, and Jesus smiles at her and says, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace, be free from your suffering." Isn't that a beautiful story? Here again, we see a lady who comes trembling with fear, and yet Jesus says, "Your faith has made you whole." That is wonderful. We believe that Jesus heals today. The problem is, he doesn't heal everybody. He doesn't heal all the time. That's a problem for us. I wish he did. Um, I don't know why in some cases he heals and in some cases he doesn't. But I observe that that is what happens. Nevertheless, if you have reason to pray for healing today, do that. Go to Jesus. Say, "Lord, I come to you in fear and trembling, and I pray that you would tell me to be calm because my faith has made me whole." God bless you. Tomorrow, we'll see the end of the story when Jesus actually gets to the house of Jairus.